People, welcome back to our channel. A lot is happening in Southeast, and it looks like the women have decided to take the bulls by the horns, have decided to take their fate in their hands. Before we go into the newspaper to find out exactly what is happening in Southeast and the roles women are playing in particular, I would like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, women of Amango Onhafia in Onhafia local government area of Abia state have protested the continued presence and siege by operatives of the Nigerian army in their community. The women in their numbers marched around the communities in the area on Tuesday, demanding for the military personnel to vacate their ancestral capital of Onhafia in Elu Onhafia. They marched down to the palace of the Umweze of Onhafia, Eze Professor EUL Imaga, where the Council of Onhafia Monarchs received them. According to the women, the continued presence of the army, especially in the community secondary school, has discouraged their children from attending school for fear of either being arrested or harassed. They feared that if nothing urgent is done to arrest the situation, their children may end up missing their promotional examinations. They pleaded with the monarchs, the traditional chiefs, to seek solution to the problem facing the communities. Responding on behalf of the monarchs, Professor Imanga, who spoke through his representative, Engineer Prince Umar Ogba Ulugu, lauded the women for tabling their concerns in a peaceful manner. He promised that the council will give immediate attention to the problem and urged them to encourage their children to remain law-abiding and go about their duties without fear. But of course, Nigerians have decided to respond to this very quickly. I'll go through some of the comments. They will look at this very critically. What the women actually stand to gain or lose in their protest. This one here is saying the army should actually vacate the community immediately. What is all this? Referendum, hashtag referendum now. This one here is saying the soldiers should go back to their barracks. Another person here is saying these are the issues here. These guys are just jobless or something. What are they doing in a peaceful community, harassing old women and children for? Don't these people have more pressing security concerns to address in the north? If they are already tired of doing their jobs, then they should engage themselves in other useful ways instead of constituting irritating nuisance in Southeast. This one here is saying, I used to think that a country's army is meant to protect the sovereignty of a nation from outside invasion, but in Nigeria, the army is now used to come into the communities and look into innocent citizens. The army is used to bring into communities, destroy properties of community people in the southeast, but the same army cannot do anything against Boko Haram. The truth of the matter is, Nigeria is actually handful, a lot of insecurity issues. Just some days back, actually, in Kaduna Abuja Expressway, bandits were having a field day, and they actually called some of the military guys, security agencies. They came, but there were already casualties already, there were already victims. They can't be everywhere at the same time. And I feel at this rate that some of the guys who are commenting, which I feel may be from the southeast, are saying that the southeast is the least of the worries, judging the fact that when you want to take scale of preference by judging from a scale of 1 to 10 with the case of insecurity, the southeast should actually be the least of the worries right now, because the north right now, with the issues of insecurity, banditry, with all these groups coming in their numbers, trooping in their numbers in the northeast, you would agree with me that these soldiers are needed most in the northeast than in southeast. Nigeria is really having insecurity issues in their numbers. Of course, this one here is saying that we are the well, I hope these women are safe, because this is no longer issues that men are no longer looking into. This is serious. So this one here is saying, dear Igbo women, this protest against the Nigerian army is too risky. Oh. Let's avoid stories that touch the heart. This one here is saying, Nigerian soldiers, I hate those people who seem not to understand that our Nigerian soldiers are trying. Okay, this one here is saying, God bless our gallant soldiers. This simply shows that our soldiers are doing a great job in the southeast. We Nigerians are proud of them. They must continue to do what needs to be done to bring Nigeria in, to keep Nigeria in peace. Okay, this one here is saying, I stand with the women. This one here is saying, no single advantage in this whole issue. We need to leave Southeast. Okay, but in general, I think right now Nigeria needs our prayers, and even the soldiers. One thing we all need to know, and we need to know very quickly, is the fact that soldiers will not come into a place and say they're invited. Obviously, they were invited before they came. They, One thing is definitely certain. Whether we like it or yes, Nigeria needs our prayers. But the truth is, if the women say that their children are scared, we will all accept you're not Nigerian, or accept you've not stayed in Nigeria for a while. The level of insecurity and the fact that, man, if you the level of lawlessness in Nigeria, it's not encouraging, such that especially when it comes to the issue of the security personnel, if for any reason you go into problems with them at any point in time, they usually would advise would to run away from the community, especially the men. So if the women are saying that they want the military out, they are scared of their youth, not just their female youth. They're scared of their boys, their youth, their male youth. Because if anything goes wrong in that community, the first point, of course, is always the young guys. Whether you're innocent or you're guilty, sometimes it's a case of after being tortured or beaten before you may they now find out that you're actually innocent. And some mothers, of course, no mother watches son who's innocent being battered or beaten over a crime he knows nothing about. But then you wouldn't also blame the military for what they do, because UGM over time have dealt with our security personnel such that they have decided not to show mercy. But a lot of Nigerians are wondering, why Southeast? Why not Northeast? Honestly, we need our military in the Northeast. The level of northern parts generally, the level of insecurity in the northern part requires God's help. Honestly, it requires all hands to be on deck. Let's leave sentiment, let's leave ethnicity. The level of infiltration of the northern part of Nigeria, the way bandits run into northern part of Nigeria, it is something that all security personnel should move in there and protect our borders. I guess that's we're going to wrap it up. Let's meet in the comment section. What's your take on this? Do have a nice